Welcome back. Today we're gonna have a project called Dice Simulator. You already built functions. You have handled exceptions. You have mastered conditions. Now it's time to build something real. We're gonna give you a mini program that take input from user, roll a virtual dice, and gonna handle error, and by the end gonna log result like a professional. Are you ready? We are about to create your first tiny Python system, like a game, but with all the beginning muscles of an machine learning production tool. Basically, we will build a dice rolling simulator, which will ask the user if they want to roll a number between 1 and 6 using a random function, log each roll with a timestamp, handle invalid input like typing ketchup for example, allows the user to roll again or quit. First step, I will go to Visual Studio Code and we're gonna create a new file and let's call it dice game.py stands for Python, or you can have another extension IBYNB stands for Jupyter file. And from here we're gonna add the code snippet, and definitely we would like to import some libraries to help us in the game. The first one here gonna be random for the random function, and import for the time, and import for the logging. And again we're gonna activate our lab, gonna take some seconds till it's fully loaded, and voila. Step 2, all the direct to log our configuration file like a professional. Here we have logging.basic configuration. We have a file name called dice_log.txt, and that one where logs go. Second, we have a level, and this level of information means normal operation logs, not debug, not error, just information. And third, act as like timestamp. Log include timestamp. We're gonna execute that one. When you build the machine learning pipeline later, you will log everything: input dimension, model configuration, accuracy score. Start now. The step number 3, what we're gonna have here, define a function to roll the dice. Here we are keep it simple here, clean, reusable logic with a wonderful name, what we call it roll_dice. With a return statement, what we are using random.randint, it's gonna give you a random number between 1 and 6. The next step here, what we call it the game loop, which it have all the logic of the game. Let's explain it one by one. That one just like have 3 cases. The first case, after the first question here, welcome to the dice simulator world. You have to choose roll the dice, yes or no. In case you choose yes, your user will go to this part. Otherwise, we're gonna tell him thank you, goodbye, thanks for playing. And if any other choice other than yes or no, we're gonna tell him invalid input, please type yes or no. And all of them come inside a function called start game. And here we are using something called .strip.lower. Maybe this is something new for you, but I'm gonna explain it. It's gonna clean up weird space or capitalization by the user sometimes. And we have here time.sleep 1. That's what we call it dramatic sleep, or what we call it add fun pause for UX, also used in load animation in machine learn dashboard. And definitely we are using try and except to catch any exception or block around dice roll, ensure the game doesn't crash if something weird happen. After that, I will execute that line. Are you ready to start the game? Yeah, let's go to the code and just call start game, and from here execute welcome to the dice simulator world. Here roll the dice by say yes or no. Okay, I just said yes and you rolled a 4. Let's try by saying all caps like that. Yeah, it still works because we are using .lower in case your user put caps. And If in case you say no, thank you, he's gonna say goodbye. Thanks for playing. Also, we have one more case. In case your user gonna put invalid input like that and he hit enter. Yeah, it works. Invalid input, please type yes or no. And that one what we handled here in the exception. Right now it's time to go and check the file for logs, what we call it dice_log.txt. If you open it, you can find all the logs with the time of the user roll the dice. Thank you for watching and see you in the next lecture.